Lockheed Martin is an American aeronautics company known for building the finest military aircraft in the world. Their recognition was earned through relentless research and development of high-performance aircraft and by continuously seeking innovative and low-cost design and manufacturing strategies.
Lockheed Martin's predecessor, Lockheed Corporation, was founded in 1912. In 1995, both companies Martin Marietta and Lockheed Corporation merged together to form today's renowned Lockheed Martin. Over 100 years ago, on August 16, 1912, Glenn L. Martin established the Glenn L. Martin Company in Los Angeles, California. He founded the company after building his first plane in a church, where he took a leap of faith and his innovative venture of a new aircraft design. 4 months later and 400 miles away, Alan and Malcolm Lockheed founded the Lockheed Aircraft Company. Talented mechanics, they set up a shop outside their garage, constructing seaplanes that would shatter speed and distance records for overwater flights. A church and a garage. These were humble beginnings, but these were also men of unrelenting vision and unwavering purpose. The gift that Martin and Lockheed brothers shared was a unique ability to look past the obstacles of today to the promise of a brighter tomorrow. And they knew, as we've known for 100 years, that innovation, performance, purpose were the keys to accelerating that tomorrow.
Lockheed Martin have a very influential impact. For example, during World War II, it was the producer of the P-38, the one and only aircraft used by the United States during the war. It is ranked the #1 defense company in the entire world. Every single war that has occurred since World War I could not have happened without the use of a good amount of Lockheed Martin's defense products, such as their renowned tanks and fighter jets. Lockheed Martin's current most popular vehicle is their supersonic F-35 Lightning II fighter jet aircraft. The F-35 is a family of single-seat, single-engine, all-weather, stealth multi-role fighters undergoing final development and testing for the United States and partner nations. The 5th-generation combat aircraft is designed to perform ground attack and air defense missions. Lockheed Martin also produces a lineup of the famous amphibious combat vehicle ACV. Not only do they produce vehicles designed for Earth, but they also create satellites sent into space for research and development missions. Now let's go back to the 1700s. During the Industrial Revolution, Abraham Darby I owned an iron works at Coalbrookdale in Shropshire. His iron works made everything from domestic pots to the huge iron cylinders needed for Newcomen's steam engine. In 1709, when he was 31 years old, Darby developed a new process for smelting iron. This new process made pig iron, and it used coke instead of charcoal. The demand for coke increased, as did the demand for Newcomen's steam engine, since they were used to pump water out of coal mines. Iron went on to be used on steam engines, fences, railroad, and other structures or machines that need strong metals. Iron was sometimes even used to burn charcoal and create energy for the steam engines. In essence, iron was fueling everything. It was an iron revolution. British iron production has risen over 2 million from 1700 to 1850. This iron revolution allowed companies like Lockheed Martin to manufacture their vehicles with more durable materials and lighter ones, and to speed up production as well. These faster produced vehicles allow armies to grow exponentially and to get an edge on the battleground.
Now, let's talk about another revolutionary invention that changed today's world, especially companies like Lockheed Martin. The first discovery of electromagnetic radiation, other than visible light, came in 1800, when William Herschel discovered infrared radiation. A year later, John William Ritter discovered ultraviolet light. In 1887, Heinrich Hertz demonstrated the existence of even longer wavelengths by producing radio waves in his laboratory. In 1914, all over the parts of electromagnetic spectrum were filled out through various discoveries. Electromagnetic radiation is a part of our lives today and interfere with just about anything we use on a daily basis. However, Lockheed Martin uses it in a whole different way than we do. They use what are called electromagnetic warfare. It represents the ability to use electromagnetic spectrum signals such as radio, infrared, or radar to sense, protect, and communicate. At the same time, it can be used to deny adversaries the ability to either disrupt or use their signals. In the air, on land, and at sea, Lockheed Martin pioneers advanced technologies to control the electromagnetic spectrum and develops disruptive technologies to outplace adversary threats. Since its earliest days, Lockheed Martin has been an innovative company. Besides, they were truly the first ones who had successfully flown airplanes for a long flight. Today, Lockheed Martin is trying to further advance and progress in technology. One of their missions is to create self-driving cars and military tanks. This could possibly lead to a particularly robot army and more technology-driven society. They have been fabricating and launching satellites into space for a while now. Since 1975, they built more than 100 commercial satellites to provide TV, internet, images to millions of people every day. Moreover, Lockheed Martin is even planning astronomical missions for future innovations such as 2028 plan of sending the first humans to planet Mars. Their plan is called Mars Base Camp, MBC, as they have already started working on it. Due to rising sea levels, melting ice caps, global warming, and climate change, the Earth is suffering major environmental instability. The terminal change has been consequences on us too, the human race, could ever under threat in the following century if climate change does not end. This is when innovative solutions and plans made by innovative companies like Lockheed Martin come into play. Their 2028 plan can give a global society hope for a bright future, hope for new beginnings, and hope for a new home other than planet Earth.
Despite the few positive pros of this immensely powerful company and its ability to dwarf all other defense companies, its enormous downfalls and negative effects cover up its pros. Think of all of these fascinating armored vehicles Lockheed Martin has been creating for over a century now. They are the backbone of all mass destruction that occurred during wars. Lockheed Martin is America's largest contributor of weaponry and military aircraft, especially during the war against terror. This almost unending war against terror resulted in the death of 2,270 civilians. Hundreds of thousands of casualties and injuries, if not millions of them, have sadly happened over the years due to armed conflicts. Lockheed Martin armed conflicts. Miserable losses have been made. Tragic stories have been written, all because of Lockheed Martin's mission and goal of producing weaponry and being Uncle Sam's dealer. This has to stop. The production of defense weaponry must stop in order for mankind to progress and thrive. Monetary and political power is not worth the innocent lives being killed day in and day out. Lockheed Martin's mission ought to shift routes before it's too late.